Back in the building, back in the building. Shout out to everybody joining us tonight. This is Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Chloe on deck. Say what's up to the people, Chloe.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. We're back.
Yeah, we'll be back again. Like I said, folks be shooting out a little hate mail when we be missing shows around here.
It's all love.
Shooting out a little hate mail, like, man, I was waiting on y'all. I'm like, dang, y'all ain't gonna give us a day off around there?
No days off.
No, it is what it is. Definitely no days off. But we're live right now on Facebook and live on YouTube as well. So definitely like, share, and subscribe, and hit that share button as well. Hit that share button, hit that share button, hit that share button. And we want to get this content out to as many of our people as possible, to help increase our coverage, increase our reach, and get these great conversations and get these great perspectives all in one place. So yeah, definitely hit that like button, hit that share button as well. Help us with the algorithm. And the reason I say that all the time, I don't know if you guys know, but like I said, there's these algorithms running on social media. Instagram has one, Facebook has one, YouTube has one. And if you don't get yourself in the algorithm with enough likes, which likes are free, right? So I see all the viewers on here right now. Hit that like button for us. Hit that like button. If you don't get yourself in the algorithm, then don't nobody get a chance to see your stuff.
Straight like that.
So they say you got to pay to play out here. So like I said, do us a favor and hit that like button. Hit that like button. All right. See, we got some comments coming in. Who we got in the building? Donovan said, "What up, though? What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother." Kenyatta in the building. She said, "Hello, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Kenyatta. Happy Wednesday."
What's up, Shantae?
Shantae said she on time in here.
You on time today?
That's what she said.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
I'm glad you're here, girl, because I need some girls. I got my girl Kenyatta here. I got Shantae. I need the ladies to back me up on this one.
Well, hold that thought. Hold on. Well, hold that thought. Hold on. Hold on. Where Daddy Vince at? Hold on. Vince, where you at, man? Check in. My guy Vince. No, I'm just messing with him. I don't know if he hopping on or not. We'll see. But shout out to my guy Vince, always representing. Kandid Konvos representing. Shout out to my guy Vince. Uh-oh. Here you go. He said, "Hey, y'all, these kids want me out today."
Uh-oh.
Man, what they doing over there? What they doing over there?
Their life.
No, I hear that, man. I appreciate you watching the show, man. I see you still checked in. We appreciate it. Let's say if you
you'll hold us down in the comments.
Yeah, if you inclined, Vince, let's say you pop on, keep the camera off, man. We might just need your voice because this topic, I don't know. Yeah, I might need a little backup, but we're gonna see, man. Let me know if you got it in you, Vince. So I said, keep that camera off, man. All right. See, I don't think we got any housekeeping tonight. Oh yeah, and Janice checked in. She says she'll say might be too old for this. I don't know, Vince.
You got it.
Gotta ride. You gotta ride it out, man.
Gotta ride it out.
No, Vince got it under control. He got it under control. All right. So also see Janice checked in. She said she's gonna pop up. I think probably about 15 minutes. So we'll see. Well, we're going to get on into this conversation. Like I said, shout out to everybody down in the comments. Let me do this before I forget. Here's a link to join us on the panel. You drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge, Apple device, whatever you have. Drop this in. It allows you to come up on the panel with us. You do have the ability to cut your camera off if you choose, but we always encourage you to keep your camera on for a better show, better engagement. But yeah, like I said, definitely come join us on the panel. I know that'll save y'all a little typing. So yeah, come join us on the panel. We always welcome folks up on the panel. So I'll leave the link up for a little bit. We also have this link posted in the chat feeds. So you can go over to the Kandid Konvos page on Facebook. You can also go to the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube as well and grab this link as a backup. You can shoot me a message. I'll fire it over to you. or I also have it in the chat feed that is running on my page as well. So plenty of ways to get to that link right there. Let's see. Shantae said, "Hey, girl. Hey." I see the ladies about to be. We ain't gonna be doing on that tag teaming though. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing on that tag team. All right. So let's get on into this topic. Topic for tonight. And he's still gonna cheat.
I swallow my cheese. Go ahead.
Let me run that back. Topic for tonight, and he's still gonna cheat. Ladies. All right. So I got a video for some context tonight. Actually, I got two videos for context. So we're gonna touch both of them, but I'm gonna start with this first one, and we're gonna segue into the other one as we get a little farther into the show. All right, so let's go and kick this off. As always, y'all let me know if y'all can't hear it when it plays. Let's get into it.
Purpose of making such a comment. It truly seems to make that comment is as if you were trying to discourage that wife, discourage that woman from trying to be a good wife, from doing something good for her husband. Is giving this like projecting your own insecurities, your own fear, and possibly even your own pain on other women.
All right. Topic for the night, and he's still gonna cheat. All right. So y'all just saw the video. So the young lady, she kept it straight to the point. The phrase of 2023 is giving. So she said it's giving a couple things. I said, felt a little insecurity in there. I felt, she said some projection. So yeah, let's get into this conversation, right? Because like I said, I have a problem with this phrase. I've heard this phrase before. You hear about a young lady, partnering up with a man to boyfriend or, to get married and whatever. And somebody always got to come back and say, yeah, sis, he's still going to cheat on you, though. So I want to get into this conversation. Like I said, ladies, drop a comment. Fellas, drop a comment. Let me know what y'all thinking based, what you saw in the video, what you think about this statement. Why do you think this statement is used? I want everybody's opinion on this one. So we're going to hit the panel first. I'm going to go to Chloe over here because she got that look on her face. So I'm gonna go to Chloe. Let's go.
No. I just think it's funny. I guess I think it's funny. I think that we have gotten to the point where we're seeing a lot of like bitterness, and we're seeing so much of it that people can't just can't even be happy in their relationships. Like it's hard to be happy in a relationship and be loud about it. Like you can't be content. People are so discontent in general that you can't be content in your situation without somebody wanting to, tear that down or sort of play off of their own insecurities. Like she said, project their own insecurities onto you. So you're fine in your relationship, however your relationship is, whoever your woman is, whoever your man is, you're good. And it's people can't wait to find a way to tear that down. People get engaged. He finally married her, but he's still gonna cheat. Or, you get into a situation where, you talk about how you are for marriage and you support marriages, and they'll say, just because he married you don't mean he ain't gonna cheat. He'll still cheat. Or they find out, okay, maybe you're, I'm gonna leave that point for later because I feel like it ties more closely into the second video. But my point is, why is it that we can't just be happy for each other? Why is it that we are so discontent in our own lives with our own situations that when someone else says, "Hey, I'm happy," we gotta find a way to tear that down? I mean,
Right, right.
you know, it's very much giving desperation.
Okay, okay. What's
You
going
know,
on, Shantae?
hey, there she is.
I had to step in for Williams
Okay, come on,
for my cousin.
It's all
help us
good. It's
hold
all
it
good.
down.
He down in the
My
comments. He
cousin
watching
Remy
too.
now.
So what you thinking, Shantae? You want to say something, or you just getting in?
Yeah, no. Go ahead. I ain't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, Chloe.
Okay. Was you
You
done,
know,
Chloe? You going?
I was just speaking on, for me, is that's like she said, is giving, projecting your own insecurities. It's also giving bitterness and resentment. Like, don't be mad at me because I'm happy. Let me be happy. I can't even be happy out loud. It's sad because you can't even, you're almost kind of like apprehensive to share what's going on in your relationship, even when it's positive. Like, you're almost apprehensive to talk about it because people literally do project their insecurities, their bitterness, their resentment, their discontentment for the where they are in their lives onto you. So you almost don't even want to share.
So okay. So now I got a question. See that triggers a question. So now I got a real question. Do y'all actually be happy for y'all girl when she get married? Come on, Shantae. I'm listening. I want to hear.
Yeah.
So okay. So
Yes.
So based on what this young lady was saying, and she's talking about this projection, now it's got me wondering how many ladies, and I said, I feel what you're saying, Shantae, but how many ladies are actually happy
Right.
for their girl when she get married, or are they just saying that because that's the nice thing or the friend thing to say?
So what's that saying? They say, hating 304s ain't happy, and happy 304s ain't hating.
Okay, then.
So if you happy, you ain't hating. If you happy within yourself, you ain't hating. You're gonna be happy for anybody. You know.
Facts,
I be happy. I
facts,
be
facts.
talking junk. I tell them they selling their soul, but that's just a joke though. That's just a joke.
Ah,
That's definitely just a joke. But yeah, genuinely, yeah, I definitely am happy. But something be wrong with those. But that goes all back to the whole little mental illness and people therapy and accountability. It all falls under that same umbrella. So, it's gonna be like a cat chasing its tail, and it's just gonna be a forever cycle with our culture. So, you just
Mhm.
facts.
unfortunately.
No, that's real. That's real. I appreciate that.
Do you think that this is, do you guys think that this is exclusive to our community? This whole mindset of, oh, he's still gonna cheat, or
No.
people be married, people be married, but they be miserable. Like, that's another one I hear. Like, y'all always talking about marriage, marriage, marriage. We'll be in these marriages and they just be miserable. Like, do you guys think that's a sentiment that is exclusive to the women in our community that are expressing that?
So
No.
okay, so okay,
No.
I'm gonna give the unpopular opinion.
Oh,
Now I will say this: I have no facts to back up what I'm about to say. What I'm going to say is, I think a lot more of that does happen in our culture. Yeah, but the reason I'm saying that is because I think other cultures expect or have an expectation around marriage. We do not. Yeah, but I think other cultures are already bred and trained that that's a part of the process, right? So you get your education, come out of school, you get married, better yet, get your education. While you're getting your education, locate and source your husband. Then once you graduate, then y'all go in and get married. Then y'all have some kids. Then y'all, three, what they say, white picket fence and 3 dogs or whatever it is.
And the
That
two
ain't
degrees.
exactly. That's not our expectation. So see, I think
Mhm.
unconsciously, because we are used to this dysfunction that we live in now, we automatically go into these situations in a negative mindset.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've even heard some ladies say that they went into the marriage already knowing that they was gonna get a divorce. And it's like, why go get married if you already in the mindset that this probably ain't gonna work? So I'm pretty sure, just based off some of the stuff that I see and some of the things I've heard, that a lot more of that is going on in our community than these other communities, because they got totally different views and expectations around marriage and family and the nuclear family and that whole thing. But I have no facts. I have no stats. I know y'all like stats on this show. I have no stats from the CDC. I can't validate that. I'm just looking around at the black folks that I see and the black folks that I see and what they're saying and so forth. That's all I can go off of. That's my opinion.
That's just proximity. Maybe you need to switch the people that you around. That's another thing with that thing. That's just proximity. You need to get better friends.
Okay, my bad. Maybe I ain't got no exposure. Let me get some of these comments. Let's see. Kenyatta said, no, it's not just our community. Others are saying it more and more. So, okay. So, Kenyatta, I agree with that. What I will say, that's the addition I would add. I am seeing some of these other communities adapting some of the dysfunction that we've been involving ourselves in. So I agree with you on that. Yeah, but I agree with you on that. So that's the only addition that you added. I agree with that. Let's see. Donovan said, jealous folks spit venom on their peers. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. Let's see. Vince said, facts. Let's see. Kenyatta said, a fairy tale mindset. Yeah, you know what, Kenyatta? This one right here, this fairy tale mindset. I wonder how many relationships and marriages has that ruined. Yeah, living in these fairy tales and not really living in reality. How many marriages and relationships have went south because of this fairy tale mindset?
I mean, even more so, how many relationships have also failed because of the pessimistic mindset that we're talking about right now?
Right.
Like it's you're either, going into it with unrealistic expectations, like, oh, he gonna cheat anyway. I mean, you're going in with unrealistic expectations of, oh, it's gonna be perfect, it's gonna be this, that, and the third, or you're going in with, well, he's gonna cheat anyway, and he's gonna have a family on the other side of town, and those types of things. So it's almost like you're setting yourself up to fail.
Well, I think as far as like us, I think we can we kind of filter, like, now if they got some tea or they got some receipts or something to let me know that he might not be the best, then yes, please do tell.
Mm-hmm.
But just to be saying something because you feel a certain type of way ain't, but dang, I can't be talking like that on here because I want, on here, all these people I went to high school with, and I can't be talking about my friendships because then people gonna be start putting two and two together. But I had a friend like this. God. I definitely had a friend like this. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, wait, what I do? But anyway, I think the friend was used to me being with no good guys, and then I get with a good guy, and she was like,
oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
So I think that sometimes you have to kind of filter out what it is. But it's been times where I might have got with a no good guy, and the girl be like, "Girl, don't mess with her because such and such and such and such." And even if I still continue to mess with the guy or still go ahead and pursue whatever, I take heed. I listen, even if I don't let the person know. I just listen. I just make my own little decisions,
Right.
Yeah.
No,
but
that's real right there.
You definitely have to know the difference. It depends on what kind of ears you listening with. So, if you're listening with your jealous ears, then yeah, you might hear some jealousy, but you just got to give people the benefit of the doubt sometimes. And then you got to think about their background and what they might be going through. And, so sometimes I let people have that because I understand that they might not be the happiest, So, say a little prayer for them and keep them moving.
Okay, no, that makes sense. But you just dropped that gem right there. We ain't about to slide over that gem you just dropped right there. You just said it depends on what ears you listening with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a gem right there. That's we're gonna highlight that one right there. Let me get that timestamp. That's a gem right there. It definitely depends on what ears you listening with. Yeah, that is definitely facts right there. That's is that Vince down there? I don't know if you wanted to say something or not. You want to say something, Vince?
Hey y'all, I couldn't cam up. I'm holding the baby, so
So
Oh,
it's all
I gotta
good,
be
man.
mic'd up. Yeah.
You want to say something, man? Or you good?
Yeah, I like to say something. When me and Remy got together and we first got married, we had a lot of negative people saying certain things like I remember when, one of her friends told her, "Girl, don't change your last name."
Wow. Really?
Yeah, for real. Don't change your last name.
You
Wow.
can't make this shit up. You
And
can't make
some
this shit
people,
up.
I think some people just speak from a
Y'all
negative point of view or their bad relationships, and yeah, and people who know us are kind of waiting for the ball to drop. They're like, y'all can't be this happy. Y'all can't be, you know. Oh yeah. Oh he can't be that, or she can't be that.
Wow.
But the thing
But
is, when people grow up and y'all get into a relationship, especially have babies at the age that y'all are, I feel like that's real love. I feel like that's you choosing. It's not like you were young and you didn't understand. You know, it's like now you real life understand who you are. You know what you want. You know, like now is when you for real in love. Like, why would they even think that? That's crazy.
definitely, yeah. And then I was having a conversation with a lady the other day, and I was telling her about our relationship because people ask because we both were. I was 45 when I got married, so I was single for a long time, and we met and got married very quickly. And I was saying that you got to go into these relationships with a clean slate. You can't come into these relationships with fear and those type of things. You have to come into it with a clean mind and say, like, I can't bring none of that baggage, heartbreak, trauma into these new relationships.
That's real. That's real right there. That's real right there.
If anything,
Man.
them women jealous of the version of Vince that she got. That's what it
Mm,
is.
Yeah.
okay. No, I hear that right there. I hear that right there.
I
So
say that.
let me swing back for a minute. Let me swing back for a minute. So let's say we talking the topic tonight of and he's still going to cheat, right? So this is something that we hear some young ladies say. Getting when certain folks get married or certain folks get into certain relationships and so forth. So I got a question for the ladies on some real stuff. I see Kenyatta down in the comments. I want y'all to drop a comment for me. Why is a dude cheating such a big deal for y'all? Because for somebody to say that means that cheating is a big deal. So she, as soon as her girl or whoever say, "Hey, I'm about to get married. I done found my man in my dreams," the first thing she respond with is, "He's still gonna cheat." So clearly, she holds cheating in high regard. So
I want
why
to
is
hear
cheating
your
such a big
opinion on
deal
your
to the lady?
question.
No,
Can you answer
I
your
want to
own
know.
question first?
But no,
Can you answer your own question first? I just imagine Chloe holding hands with somebody. Not answer that question. Why?
so
Why
okay,
wouldn't it be a
so
big deal?
I'm sipping my tea.
you know what? So
Right?
okay,
She's spicy.
no, no, Shantae. No, I was trying to tell you
Quincy know
something
what it
else.
is.
No, I do know what it is. So I said, Shantae, something else. No, so you know what? This is the thing. For me, like I said, it's a respect thing. Yeah, cheating is a respect thing. Listen, I think I probably can speak for a lot of men when I say that it's a respect thing. I don't know if ladies look at respect the same way men's do. Yep, is that y'all reason? Is that why it's such a big deal? Because he disrespected y'all? Like, is that what it is, or is it something else? Like, I don't know. So y'all got to
I
tell
mean,
me.
I would have to think. Well, for me personally, I guess I can't speak for anybody else. Maybe something different for someone else, but I understand that respect for a man is different. Like it's respect is one of you guys' love languages, right? Like it's really important to you. It's a currency for you guys. But just like us feeling safe and stable in a relationship is for us, but at the same time respect is still respect. I don't want to be disrespected in my relationship any more than you would want to be disrespected in the relationship, right? So I think when it comes to stepping out on your significant other, then yeah, I feel like respect is respect. Like I'm still gonna feel disrespected. I'm gonna feel like you disrespected me, you disrespected the relationship, and really low key, you disrespected yourself.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it's just so in that sense, yes. And then it's the trust thing, right? Like trust is really fragile, and well, it can be. I won't say it automatically is. Let me say that right. It can be fragile. Um, so once that trust is broken, some people just can't. They can't get past that. Um, so it's not because it's not always easily earned. So I think that's a big thing, at least from a female perspective. I know trust is huge because how am I supposed to feel safe with you if I can't trust you? Um, so that's just my perspective.
Okay. You want to say something, Janice? I saw that look on your face. Was you want to say something?
Oh no, I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to understand the topic. Is the topic like women think that a man is just going to cheat no matter what?
Hold on, I want to say something to that.
Oh wait, go. I'll run the video again in a second. Let me let Shantae. Did we lose her? Oh, there she go.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, but I know you was about to say something.
You want to say something, Janice?
Oh no. I'm trying to see what I understand the topic. I mean, I'm reading the words, and he's still going to cheat, but I don't know enough to kind of give my word yet.
I'll run it back real quick. I'm gonna segue us into another piece of this in a minute, but I'm gonna run it back in a second. You want to say something real quick, Shantae, before I run that video again?
Okay, so I agree with Kenyatta when she said it depends on what age group the people you talking to, because okay, I don't really care. Okay, but y'all gonna judge me, but y'all might, but I don't care.
Judgment free.
Come on with it.
So having dinner with another woman is still dating. So I have had dinner with married men. Yes, this before when I was young, when I didn't understand karma. Okay, so I was, and some would just want conversation because they have been with their wife 20 plus years. They just wanted a different vibe, now then it comes different type of umbrellas. So if you want a different vibe, then your wife should be able to give you that different vibe, or y'all should be able to work together to keep that spark in y'all relationship. But if your wife is not working towards that, then you kind of like up in the air, and then it's cheaper to keep her. Okay. So by being cheaper to keep her, then people stay around a little bit. And then even if it's not cheaper to keep her, the female becomes comfortable with the financial part, where they don't want to go nowhere and pay their own bills. So which is understandable. All of this is understandable, but that's when the age comes in. Now, well, not the age, but maybe the age of the person, yes, and maybe the age of the marriage.
I get that.
But a lot of the people that's been married 20 plus years, they do cheat, the man and the woman. And I think that, are they disrespecting each other? No, I still feel like that they love each other wholeheartedly. I think that something is missing in their relationship, that they are not working together as a team to improve, or they're not working as a team to keep their relationship going. So while I don't condone cheating, I have understood when men would explain to me, because I would ask this question like, well, like sometimes, if I seen a picture, I'd be like, dang, your woman bad. Like, why you out here like that? And they'll tell me like, this, that, and the other. And we had kids and I made a mistake and had a baby with her. And you know what I'm saying? It's just different situations. So I don't necessarily think it's like total. It is disrespectful, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I got you. Okay, no, that makes sense right there. See, that's a whole perspective right there. So, okay. Well, then on that note, let me check on Vince real quick. You want to say anything, Vince? I'm gonna hit off another video, man.
I definitely understand where Shantae is coming from. I've only been married 5 years, so the fire's still hotter over here. So, I was telling the lady the other day that when a man gets older and he really is into his purpose and he's really into his vision, I got too much to lose.
Right.
I'm never. I'm. I will never lose my bag for no. Put whatever you want to put on there. So I understand in some of these situations. I think a lot of people also don't necessarily marry people for the right reasons. So it's bad from the beginning. Like
Facts.
when I tell you when me and this is just my personal situation, but me and Remy have never broken up since the day that we've met. People don't even believe that. We've never broken up since the day that we've met. We've never said I'm done with you. We've never been since the day we've met, we've never broken up. Oh, the baby crying. I'm after you. All right, come on, G. So I think once you really get into a situation and you know yourself, and I think that's a thing too, because like now, I mean, just to be totally frank, I've never made as much money. I've never been more quote unquote, I guess you say, wanted out here in these streets, but I'm good. And I think when men get to that point where his family, I'm gonna have to go, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can get him down.
Okay, go ahead and do your thing, man. Go ahead and do your thing.
Hi, Case.
All right. So with that being said,
Hold on. I gotta say one thing before you go into that.
go ahead.
Um, I see I do actually see Shantae's perspective. Like I can see that, and I can see a man saying like telling her that I get it. I guess for me is I wonder if they put the same energy into the marriage, trying to rectify whatever that is that they put into it takes to go and date someone else. Like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like dating another person is effort. Like that's real effort, especially if you're already married. So I guess I want to say, like, are you taking the same effort that it would take to date another person, even if it's just casually? Are you taking that effort and putting it into trying to figure out whatever it is that's breaking down in your marriage? Because that's that's where the energy really should be focused. Now, if you got a partner that just ain't interested, then I guess what can you do? But at the same time, I wonder, and I feel like maybe some people are doing that, but I also feel like these days people are taking the easy route, and it's just easier to just walk off or go get into something else for some people than to actually try to get back in the trenches and try to, fight for it, right? I don't think that I think it's a cop out to say that the longer you're married, that you should expect or that it's natural for you to start like drifting or lose interest. I think that's a cop out. I think you're just saying you don't want to put in the effort because I'll use myself as an example. We have been married for 15 years in July, and we've been together for 20. So for me, I'm not, personally, like I feel the same way about my man that I felt about my man when I decided to be with him. Like it ain't that's I don't get that. Like I still desire my man the same way. I still want to be with him. I still feel like, I don't get that. I don't understand that. I don't know nothing about that.
And that's the thing. That's what they do. They just go out on dates with females. They don't necessarily start nothing different, because when you start to get to know the real them, the reason that your woman do treat you like this, then shoot, it's because it's not the woman, it's them. So yeah, you could tell whoever, whatever. You know what I mean? And you know me, I don't care. I don't want to know his favorite color. I'm just trying to get fed. So, so that's why I could sit there and have conversations like that, talk to them about their wife with them, because I could care less. I'm not about to start nothing with you. You're married, So I think that if they did date somebody, because they do be having girlfriends on the side, they do date. If they do date anybody, then I think that once that person learns their true colors, because it is a cop out. I come from a whole married family, and if they was cheating, I ain't know, because all I seen was them, and all I seen was love, you know. And then and then it's about who you're with, you know. And I'm sure that, you know, certain men are certain type of ways where, you know, you don't have to worry about stuff like that, you know. My ex, I never had to worry about him cheating.
Oh, do we lose?
I'm sorry.
Oh no, you
That
good. Go
was my
ahead.
comment. I never had to worry about him cheating, but that didn't mean that, you know, he was the perfect man for me. But I think that it's definitely a cop out. But no, they don't put that energy. And if they do put that energy, you know how women be acting. You know, they be so, and I hate to say it like that, but they be so scarred. And instead of just being scarred and saying, you know what, I'm hurt, I'm gonna move on, you just stay hurt, and you just put that man through hell because you don't want to. I don't know what it is. It's just weird. You know what I mean? Like those type of relationships, I think people should just let go so we can just all be happy. You know.
Nah, I understand that. You Will down here coming for you, Shantae. He said, I ain't never going to dinner with Shantae. What you got to say to that, Shantae?
What? Let me tell you. We'll be turning it all in. Okay. Let me tell you. See, that's when you ain't got to worry about certain type of people. See, Leah over there, she got it made. That's my girl. That's his wife.
Right.
Yeah, she got him all the way together. But sometimes that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do to these men. You know.
I ain't mad. You said she got them all the way together. All right, Vince. There's your answer, man. There's your answer. Let me go to Janice because she looking like she want to say something. You ain't
Oh no, I don't. I still don't have anything to say yet.
So okay, so I'm about to.
I speak when I have something to say. I don't just talk. But yeah.
Okay, I'm about to segue into this next video. So okay, let me ask you this, Janice. I got to pull you in somehow. So are you in agreement that cheating is a problem for ladies out here today? Like they got a problem with it?
I mean, what? Like, I don't get the question. Like, what? Like,
Chinese be
do
so
women
slick.
care about cheating?
Where that wine, that girl? You be on point with that wine. Where the wine
right here? They sit here, but I don't understand the question because it doesn't make. What do you mean? Do women care about cheating?
It's a lead in. So I'm about to kick off this next video. So
yeah,
hold tight.
Okay. You gotta give me more.
Kick this. All right. So this is the thing. If the ladies are saying that cheating is not a good look, because I said every time the men get with the woman, the first thing the ladies want to say is, oh, he's still gonna cheat anyway. So if that's the mindset, if that's the case, then I need y'all to explain this video I'm about to throw up.
He liked me more than his girlfriend, and could I possibly be dumb to think that it's more than
what gender are you asking this question to? He might absolutely like you more than his girlfriend. That do not mean he want to be with your. That don't mean he's ever intending to wife your. Because your girl can get on your goddamn nerves, but I still know this who I want to be with. She's just getting on my nerves right now, and I don't like her. I love her though, but I happen to like you. You know what I'm saying? Because in the midst of my difficulty with my partner, you was willing to squeeze yourself in. You didn't even try to take up space. You know what I'm saying? You was willing to fit into my life exactly the way I needed you to fit in. You feel me? I can like you right where you at. You don't want no more? You ain't asking for shit? Hell yeah, I like you. You mean I get to still go home to my girl? Yes, I like you a lot. I'm gonna talk to you a lot. You mean you gonna get up? You actually okay with me having to get off the phone when my girl walk in? Yeah, I like you, baby. I like you a lot. A whole lot. Yeah, that nigga might like you more than his girlfriend. Yes.
All right. So I had to go ahead and throw that video up.
They went off.
So that was a whole side chick conversation right there. So if y'all got such a problem with cheating, why we got so much side chicking going on out here?
So I was going to say something to this, right? As a recovered cheater, right? I was never a side chick. I'm just not the side chick type. I require too much attention time. It just don't work for me, right? It's just no. But when I was married, And he cheated first. I'm gonna throw that out there first. But when I was married,
Oh my God,
I'm loud. I did have dudes that I hope they ain't on here, but I would say they was my side dudes. Like they fit in where they needed to be. But I always said when I got divorced, I'm never going to get divorced based off of another dude that I like while I'm married. I'm never going to leave my husband because of another dude. Like I was never going to do that. I don't care if I like the dude. He was the best. He could be better than my husband. I was never going to leave my husband for another dude. And that was just my mind frame.
Okay, I knew you had something to say.
But I'm a recovered woman. I'm a born again.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I had to.
He forgot what it was called. She was like, "I'm a born again."
Oh man.
Bruh.
Yeah, so I had to throw that up because I'm like, if the ladies is out here getting frustrated, so when one of the ladies comes out of the sisterhood and gets married or decides to get married or get into a relationship with a man, and the ladies want to throw at the, he's still gonna cheat, they want to throw that at her. Then if y'all so passionate about this cheating, why we got all this side chicking going on? Like, why we got all these side chicks out here and they playing in the background and, playing backfield and out here getting fed and like.
It's easier though. I don't get it.
Hold on, now. I heard that.
No, that wasn't for you, Shantae. That wasn't for you.
No,
ahead,
what I'm
Johnny.
saying is it's not for a man or a woman. Even when I was doing it, it's easier when you with that other person. You ain't got no kids together. Y'all ain't got no bills together. Y'all have nothing to like. All you can do is have fun.
What?
It's just fun.
Why can't
It's not
you
real
have fun with the other person, with your person?
Bruh.
It's just not. It's not. It's a fake. It's another like. I'm not gonna say it's a fake, but it is reality. It's just a different type of reality. It just takes all the pressure and the kids and the bills and all that stuff out of it. And you just enjoy life.
So it takes
real.
away the responsibility and the accountability. That's what you're saying.
It's not real. That's not real though.
I mean, it is. It's just another reality of your life. It's just another dimension.
Reality.
It's real. It's real. If I can feel it, it's real, Chloe.
Stop the
It's
cap.
not real.
Ooh wee.
Okay.
So see now.
Wait, I was letting my dogs out. What she say? What's not reality? What she say?
I was saying a lot of men or women when they do cheat, it's because when you cheat with the other person, it's fun. You don't have the bills, you don't have the kids, you don't have no responsibilities. It's just fun. And I was telling Chloe, it's still a reality. It is a reality. It's just a different reality. It's just what it is.
It's like virtual reality.
No, that's why y'all having fun, because y'all getting away from reality. That ain't reality.
I mean, it's both reality. I'm feeling the both of them.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
It ain't real.
It's like virtual reality. It's whatever you want it to be. You can create the world.
It's not real.
Like,
I mean,
it's not real.
Are you married, Janice? Are you married?
Oh, no. I'm divorced.
You got a boyfriend?
No.
Okay, so it's not okay. So yeah. So it's not reality, even if it feel like it. So just like sometimes, like when you be in the midst of, doing it, and you might be thinking like, "Ooh, baby, I want to have your baby," but then when you get done, even though it was reality that you said that, and it was right there, and it was real, it's not really reality. Once you get done, you're like, "I don't want to have his kid."
So what makes something reality? What makes something reality to y'all then?
Yes, it happened in real time, but it ain't real.
Right.
I can't explain it.
It's happening, but it ain't really happening.
Right. I can't explain it.
Let me get this comment. See, Johnny's.
See, that's why he got. See, Will go home. Go to your room. Go to your room.
I'm not going to even. I don't know if I should read this. Let's see. Johnny's about to be single.
Don't read it. He's being petty.
Look, Will is.
I ignore his comments.
All right, Will. They say you better fall back, man.
But you know what? Can I see some? You know what? With my be honest, with my ex-husband, when he cheated, right? The cheating didn't piss me off. Actually, it wasn't the part that he cheated that pissed me off. It was the fact of when I talked to the girl, she didn't know about. It was the loyalty aspect. Like she didn't know nothing about me or the kids, and that's where I guess my like issue is. It was more of a loyalty aspect of. I don't know if that sounds ridiculous, but that's how my mind works. Like, oh, you just not loyal. It wasn't the cheating; it was the loyalty.
Okay. No, I understand that. So, okay. So then my question would be then, man, I got all type of questions now. So then do y'all really have a problem with a side chick then?
If she gonna do the stuff I'm not gonna do, I'm okay with it. Because some stuff I'm just not gonna do.
Wow.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you why I got a problem with a side chick, because I know that I can take care of my man emotionally, mentally, and physically, because I can rub his back if he need me to. So if he needed, so yes, if I feel like, and of course sexually. So if I feel like I'm covering all the bases and you still cheating, you just greedy. You just being a Negro. You just, you know what I'm saying? You just having your way. You just being a guy, you know, and you know, I don't know. But yeah, I have a problem with this. I have a problem, me being a former side chick. I do have a problem with
you born again.
I ain't born again because I knew what I was doing when I was doing it. But I knew better in the first place. So I just did it. But Donovan. But I do have a problem with a side chick, because at the end of the day, if I'm doing everything for you, then yes, that's a problem. And now if you told me a problem, because this is how my relationship is, if you tell me a problem and I don't fix it, then I understand. But you have to at least give me a chance to fix it, and then I can't read your mind, so you have to let me know that something is wrong.
I agree.
So that's communication. So if you say, hey, I don't like this, then, and if I don't fix it, then yeah, I'm saying F you, you know. But I mean, I don't know. That's not how relationships go nowadays, though. So
I don't understand how a man has a side chick anyway. Like Chloe, I don't understand. Like, is women, we pay attention too much to patterns. Like I just don't like, if a man doesn't have a side chick, that woman knows he got a side chick. You know, she knows it.
I mean, typically, if you are tuned in to his habits, you're going to notice something is off. But the problem is, you have to go through that denial phase, though. And a lot of times we go through that denial phase, or maybe just, we're trying to get some proof or whatever the case may be. And so he has this opportunity to take advantage of this situation. But I mean, we're forgetting just the realest. This is just like the realest response. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, because I'm a Christian, but I'm territorial. You can't have mine. That's mine. And I don't need you to do nothing for him, because I got him. Just like Shantae said, I got him. You don't need to do nothing for him. You need to scratch his back. You don't need to rub nothing. You don't need to caress nothing. You don't need to do that, because I got that. That's mine, and I got it. And if you doing that, then what am I doing? Because see, I'm an overachiever. Okay, I'm a perfectionist. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be thorough. So I don't need your help. I don't need your help. I don't need your help. I got it. So if it's not going down. It's just not. It's not going down. That's why I got a problem with it. Because if you're doing something, if you're doing something, that means I'm not doing something, and that's not okay for me. That's never
Can I
gonna
say something too when you get a minute?
Go ahead, Vince. No, go ahead. I was just about to call on you. Go ahead, man.
Well, if we all being honest, I've cheated on every woman I ever been with, besides
Me too, Vince.
my first
Me too.
wife and my current wife. When I met Remy, I said I was a serial cheater, but I done changed my ways. And it wasn't really because anything that the person I was dating wasn't doing. It was just that I could. It was just that simple. It was just that I could. But then it also came a point where I wanted something different, and the cheating and the the damage that I had done to the people I was dating caused the failure of my relationships. And the cheating overshadowed the real problems in the relationship because we couldn't get to the real problems because I was too stupid and I would get caught every single time. I was the dumbest cheater. I mean, I had the worst luck on a cell phone with somebody. I'm thinking, well, if I erase the texts, she won't know. My dumb stuff didn't think, well, it's her phone bill. All she got to do is get the records. That's how stupid I was. So it was just amazing how dumb I was, and I was just unlucky. So it just came to a point where I said, if I want what I really want, I can't do that and be a cheater.
Right.
So the first conversation, me and my wife have a great relationship because our second date, we were actually talking about cheating stories. Her cheating stories, my cheating stories. It was funny because we was like, we gonna put it all on the table.
That's real.
But we wanted something different. Like right now, it's I don't have to. You know how good it feels not to be able to have to hide your phone, turn the phone down, be
Facts.
worried about. Oh, I done left the phone at the house and I done went to the store and I hope she don't look at it. Or somebody call you in these crazy times of night. So, but then it's also, you have to be intentional. And I think that's what the brother Kevin Samuels, I always like to bring him up when we talk about relationships. Because when you're intentional about what you want, then you start it off different. When
Facts.
I said, you know what, I'm going to be the man that I'm talking about that I want to be. And then actually I found my wife. When I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get off this BS, I found my wife and it's been beautiful ever since. Because it's what I decided in my own mind. So, the cheating, but some people will accept it. It's all, people have different relationships now.
True.
Mhm.
No, that's real talk. That's real talk, man. Janice, you made a
Johnny, don't be
face when
rolling your eyes about the brother Kevin Samuels.
Oh, you got your camera on.
no, he can see you. Just because he ain't got his camera on, he can see you up. Yeah, I saw you roll your eyes too as soon as he said Kevin
I thought he had his
Samuels.
camera off. My bad.
No, he still can see us. I said he got his cam. We can't see him, but he can still see us. But yeah, we saw you rolling your eyes over there. Man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, is that the little man right there?
Yeah, I give y'all a little glimpse. I'm rocking the baby to sleep.
Little man got you gripped up too, man.
Oh my goodness, he done got chunky. Them
Yes, he
cheeks.
has. Yes, he has.
No, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff, man.
Have we ever taken into account too? Because we was talking about this in college. I forgot in what class about the human. I don't know. Our lifespan is changing now, but a couple years ago, our lifespan was super long. We dying off now though. But we was living to we're like 80 and 90. I mean, we still are. I mean, you have to also take that into account. Let's say you get married young. That's a long time to be with one person. It's a long time. It's a long time.
But that used to be the goal, though. Like, I guess I don't understand. Like, you're right, it is, but that used to be the goal. Like, I think that's why. Like, it's kind of funny. Like the whole I don't know vow thing. Like, it says literally till death do us part. Like, and I think there's not enough of us taking those vows seriously. Yes, that means if you are blessed, you're going to be together for a long time. You're supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to work, right? Of course, we know things happen, but that's not the intention. The intention is for you to be together. So I think
don't post that.
No, I ain't gonna.
I mean, that's the goal. Like that used to be the goal. It is a long time, but like we used to like we used to look at that and go, "Wow, that's amazing!" Like y'all been together so long, and that was the goal. You would look at couples who've been together for for a long time, and that's what you aspired to have, like that kind of connection. And now we're like, "Ooh, I don't know if I can. Ooh, I don't know if I can do that." And that's like, wow.
I got a
But
question.
times have also changed, though. Just like when we were growing up, and our parents were talking about how our times had changed, and I think that as far as it's two parts of this that I was thinking about. Like as far as women being more not independent, but women being more not housewifey, but going to get their degree and going towards that. They're not having as many kids, that umbrella. But then we have this this time of the woke people and accountability, therapy, self-awareness were not words that we used when I was in high school. Those were just not words that we used. I think that because of this whole little, I'm not gonna keep saying woke, but this whole little self-awareness, or it's okay to go to a therapist now, and it's just stuff like that going on. I think that women aren't too not saying they're not beating down the doors to get married anymore.
Right.
That's why anytime somebody meets a couple that have been married for a long time, the first question they ask y'all is, well, how did y'all do it? You know what I mean? Because they want to know, like, how did y'all stay together this long? And what's the secret? And it take for somebody like Michelle Obama to explain their relationship for people to understand that people go through ups and downs. You just don't see that. And after 25 years go past, y'all done worked out all the kinks. It looked real good, but they don't understand that the work it put into. But these are still people that don't have longevity at jobs, and they don't know how to put in time in any situation. So it just doesn't have to do with a relationship. They don't know how to put in jobs in time, or they don't have friends, from elementary school, or they don't know how to establish those long-term things. So I think that this time that it's just terrible. It's terrible.
Well, let me buck that point a little bit, Shantae. Let me buck that point a little bit. We've seen examples though of young ladies that have short-term views on marriage, but yet they'll be at a job for 20 years. So like, what's up with that? So how can we commit 20 years to the job, but yet we can't commit that to a successful relationship?
Well, she gotta stay. She gotta keep a job because she ain't getting married. She gotta keep some insurance because she can't be on her husband's insurance because she ain't keeping the man.
Bingo.
Gotta do
something. Thank you. She gotta pay her bills.
She gotta pay her bills.
We messed up out here. This bad. Yeah. Oh man, but this is bad. But see, that's what I'm saying though. That's a problem because so she can commit 20 years to that job, but yet she can't commit 20 years to that man. But then when she gets older, she ain't gonna be able to work that job. So then you're gonna be needing that man. So make that make sense.
What Shantae, what she said. Life. I think when you said like woke, like when you spoke about woke, I think humans are going through a period of like exploration. Like I think we're evolving. Like humans have we evolve. Like we have these centuries where we do a super evolve. I think we are we're evolving. Think about it. A lot of kids don't even go straight to college. They think like a lot of my kids that's graduating, my son, they're not going to college. They're going to Europe and backpacking across the world. Like they're changing the way that humans usually move. And I think we just need to not try to say our grandparents. My grandparents, when they got older, they was sleeping in 2 separate rooms. Like, let's not act like life was just so great back in the day. Let's not act like this. Like, it was just so great. And we all try to say our grandparents. They was in 2 separate bedrooms. And then my other granddaddy had a whole family around the block. Like,
I mean, they have to, but okay, Johnny.
But when I say everybody keeps saying our grandparents, but the whole reason that woman did evolve was because of the shit they went through with men. It was a lot of shit women went through, the wars. Then when the crack era happened, the crack era when drugs came into the black neighborhoods, that really women had to We already had slavery first for Black women, had to be strong. Then you add the crack in the family. Black women had to kind of keep pushing and keep pushing. I don't even know what the damn subject is anymore. But
baby, I ain't come from that. I ain't come from the crack. I don't know nothing about that.
No, it's not saying we came from the crack. I don't know what do you mean we didn't come from the our
but my
families
grandparents wasn't on crack either.
No,
my grandfather came here from
my
Tennessee
grandparents
to work at the Big Three.
No.
I don't know.
Listen,
I can't relate.
Listen, our grandparents weren't on crack. It was their kids, my uncles that were on crack era. It wasn't our grandparents. It was the next era, actually. It wasn't our grandparents. It was the next era. They did have crack. Like, that's just what it is. Just like now, we have another drug era going on. There is drug eras going on. Like, but that defeats the purpose of what we're talking about.
And Johnny's, you have to be, and if that's your story, you have to be that generational change. Okay, if that's your story,
they are changing. That's what I'm saying. They're evolving. They're changing. They're doing what they want to. They don't want to stay at jobs for 20 years. They want to see the world. They want to try new food.
But you gotta understand,
be something different.
People come from all walks of life, though. Okay,
yeah.
People come from all walks of life, and while I understand where you're coming from, that was not my experience. And while I might have had a crackhead in my family, I don't know who the crackhead was. It wasn't in my immediate family, so I didn't come from that. I was kind of raised on love and not survival. So when you say that, I feel, I feel, because you was always nice. And when we went, in high school, you were always a sweet person. I didn't see you as like wild and trying to like act out, so you can be that, right? So you can be that generational change in your family for it not to be like that. So when your grandkids and your great grandkids talk about their grandmother, which is you, it won't be no crack nothing. You know what I mean? It'll be all positive and it'll be all greatness. It won't be how you're talking about your people.
No. This is not about this is about American history. It has nothing to do with me. I was raised in a great family, great dad, everything. I'm saying based off American history and the Black family, we have to take into account for things that happened. And the crack era did affect Black people. That was a big era in our families. That did it. It created the whole welfare system. It created Black women separating off and doing their own thing. Like there was things that happened to bring the families and the way that we're going. It wasn't not me personally. I had a great dad and great mom, suburbs, everything, great life. But that crack era, slavery, crack, we have different eras that have really affected us in our relationships, in our family, and our family life. And then you come to this era, and now I don't know what the hell going on between Black women and Black men, and why we cheating, why we can't get along, why we, I don't know. I haven't figured that out. We haven't figured that out.
But
I figured it out.
Okay.
What is it, Vince?
I figured it out.
You cracked Da Vinci's code. What is it?
I figured it out.
Go ahead, Vince. We listen.
Because we don't know our proper place. And I want to say something about this whole. More women have said this bull crap about the Black man had a family around the block and the Black woman was being beat.
That's still part of our history.
Going to prison.
That's still part of our history.
Let me finish, Janice. I let you speak. I didn't interrupt. But they'll never talk about the Black men who've raised somebody else's kids. He came home from the war and Johnny and Jimmy don't look alike. And he just said, you know what? It don't even matter if I ain't their daddy. I'm still going to raise them. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about, it's both sides. It's both sides. But you don't never hear that. All you hear is the Black man beating on his woman, putting her in a corner somewhere, and having a key and having a family around the block. But I asked the lady the other day, what y'all got now? Ain't like y'all got nothing no better. Y'all working yourself to death, paying for BMWs and house notes. You got 2 jobs. The kids is eating McDonald's. They want you to be at home.
Not my kids.
But you can't be at home because you're at work. Our women is being raised like men, and our men is being raised like women. That's the problem. And it's funny to me how most women would say they want a man, but they talk about their granddaddy, but they want a man like their granddaddy. That's what I don't understand. Y'all talk about, these men out here ain't nothing. Y'all ain't chivalrous no more. Y'all don't want to pay no bills. Y'all, But that's the man that had the family around the block, though, right? That's the one that was beating on your grandmama, right? But that's the one that y'all want. Make that make sense. Because men, we want women like our grandmamas, and we ain't talking about them either. We ain't talking about because we know all them kids wasn't granddaddies, but we ain't sitting up here saying, well, granddaddy state. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta realize how y'all talk about black men. Y'all gotta realize how y'all talk about black men. That's the first thing that come out of a woman's mouth is what a black man has done. That's the well, black men they didn't let us work. Black men ain't never had that much control. Stop the cap. White men had that control over their white women, but white women still want their white men. That's the ones who they women couldn't work. Y'all was in the fields with us. We was the janitors, and y'all was cleaning floors. So let's stop all this cap about it's blame to go around. It's blame to go around. We got to be honest and say that we had a better community back then. And they went through some stuff, but we going through stuff anyway. Now instead of one, you got one baby daddy, you got 6 kids with 5 or 6 babies daddies, 3 or 4 babies mamas. Can't save a dollar. I'll give you a perfect example. I counted how much I paid in child support the other day. I was talking to my wife about this. I paid $185,000 in child support. Because I had to pay that child support, then plus take care of my family, which is me. I'm thinking, you know what? And even though we might not have worked, if I had stayed with my first wife, if I had just saved a quarter of that, look how much generational wealth we could have had. I wouldn't have had to worry about my daughter going into debt for college because I could have paid for it. We don't understand what we're doing. I challenge us to really have a conversation with our kids, because that's what changed my mind. I had a real conversation with my children, and they talked to me how they was, Dad, I love you, but I do kind of wish you was there a little bit more. Dad, I love you, but I didn't really get what I need to get as a man because, I only seen you part-time. Or have a real conversation. But we don't, but see, we blame the men, but our mothers is gold. You never hear a woman say, "Oh, well, my mama wasn't shit. She cheated on my daddy," and you only hear what men have done. And we tired of that, because it's a lot of us out here taking care of kids that ain't ours.
And there's a lot of y'all not either.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Like, let's not play this game like men are just some, like, I'm not against men, but let's not like act like it could be men and women. It could be women choosing the wrong man, or like, let's not, I'm not gonna say the role like men. I mean, women's biggest reason that they need a man is for having babies and protection from other bad men. That's our biggest predators in life, is a bad man. There are a lot of bad men. There's good and there's bad men. That's just what it is for women. There's good and there's bad men. Yes, women cheated too, but men cheated too. I mean, they all cheated. I get that.
But that's not the first thing y'all say, though.
I don't know what everybody say. I don't know what everybody say.
First.
No. What I blamed it on, Vince. Literally, what I blamed it on.
That's across the
Johnny
board.
said slavery, and I said crack era. Nowhere in there was a black man in that sentence. I said a lot of our issues came from slavery.
Yes, you did. You said our grandfathers, grandmothers.
No, that's not what I said. My blame. Bitch, you gotta be able to
around the block.
No, I said the crack era and slavery is our biggest enemies. Like I repeat that every segment. Slavery and crack era. And I said, where do we go through? What's going on now? That's what I said.
Okay, so you did talk about slavery, and you did talk about the crack era, the drug era, right? But you did allude to the fact that we always go back to talking about our grandparents, because you and I have talked about this before. We did go back to, we talked about our grandparents and how we're always going back to our grandparents, and I've touched on this then, and the answer is still true today. We talk about that because that was an era of time, just like you're talking about drugs and you're talking about welfare. That was an era of time that was very real, where there was more of a community mindset, there was more of a village mindset. The reason why we talk about that is because no, it was not perfect. There's never been a perfect time in the history of people, right? But it was a time where community was valued, where the family structure was more valued. Where, yeah, unfortunately, you're right. Sometimes people stay together for their family. Now, I'm not here to argue whether that was good or bad or indifferent. I'm simply telling you that was the case. That was the case. So, what we saw was people were able to have stronger generations to carry on. Doesn't mean they were perfect. It means that they had a stronger foundation to build upon, right? And if they were wise enough, and if that foundation was strong enough, they were actually able to correct some of the mistakes that they saw happening in the previous generation. That's what Shantae was talking about, right? So that's why we talk about that time. We talk about that time because we don't have that anymore, and it's missing. And we saw how we just had a better result when we had stronger families, like in that era, than what we have now. That's why we mention it, because it is relevant. It's relevant because we see that it worked better that way, and we see that it's not working for us this way. So yes, evolution happens, but not all evolution is good. A lot of what we see happening right now is horrible, is bad. Women having a super uber independent mindset is not good. It's not good. And nobody's gonna tell me that it is. There's nothing wrong with a woman having something for herself. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is a woman saying, I got this me, I'm a bad bee, I'm a boss bee, I'm this. That mindset is poison to the Black family structure. It's poison because it's going to be real hard for that mindset to come together with a man and unify, because that mindset is too individual. That's what we're saying. We're not saying a woman can't work. We're not saying a woman can't be successful. Nobody is telling a woman not to do anything for herself or not to want things for herself. Nobody is saying that. But can we be honest and say that what female independence has evolved in is not cute? It's not. It's destructive to the family structure. That's the problem. What has happened between men and women? That's the problem. Women, y'all don't want men no more. Let's stop playing. Y'all don't want them no more. So what you want them to do? How they supposed to respond to that? What's supposed to be their response to that? A man needs to be needed. We talked about that the last show. Men need to be needed. They need that. So if you don't want them, what they supposed to do? How does a man truly, fully live out his purpose if you're not there? You're a part of his purpose. How will he live it out if you're not there? If you're missing, he can't live his full purpose. Doesn't mean he can't have a life. Don't mean he can't be happy or successful, but he can't truly live out his purpose if you're missing. So you tell me what's wrong with men today. What's wrong with them? Maybe
Women.
we stepped outside of our positions. We literally left our positions because we're too busy trying to make our own paradise. So we stepped out, and the bottom has literally fell out from under men. And then we're looking at men saying, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What do you think?" And ladies, our problem is that we are missing the balance from the man. It's not there. Just like they need us, we need them. We need that balance. We need it. We need that other portion. It doesn't mean we can't be happy. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is if they can't fully live their purpose without us, we can't fully live ours without them. And we are happen if we say anything else. So if we're gonna have the conversation, I love having these conversations, but we gotta be honest. Right now, all we doing is pointing the finger. Nobody wants to accept their portion of responsibility. That's why we can't move forward. There's responsibility on both sides. And nobody wants to hold their portion of the responsibility. So we keep hitting the brick wall. And then we talk about the past. Women say, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. I don't want to. I almost said something. Forgive me, Father. You got to do something. Because what you're doing right now ain't working. It just ain't working. It's dysfunction. It's insanity doing the same stuff and then wanting to justify your behavior. That's crazy to me. I'm sorry, I'll land. I ain't trying to monopolize the conversation.
No, you're right, because that be the men that be out having dinner with other people because they tried to kick it with their woman about their entrepreneurial ideas and they woman didn't want to hear it because they so into social media, like Will said. Social media got people messed up. So you keep you watching Real Housewives of Atlanta and you on the phone with your homegirl gossiping about everything and here your man is right there want to talk to you about some business ideas that he has. You ain't even gotta have no money. He just want your ear. And you're not even gonna give him your ear. So when you say what's wrong with men, yeah, and it's accountability. But Johnny's, I want to ask you a question though. Have you ever acted like you were genuinely happy for your friend and you weren't? Like if your friend was about to get married, do you be genuinely happy for your friends when they get married?
I mean, I don't really care. I mean, my mentality is a little different. Like I'm not one of them friends who be like, oh, I don't like your man. I'm just not that friend. Like, I'm just not that friend. I'm gonna support you, whatever you do. That's just me.
But let me tell you something. I might not even be your friend, but if I heard that you was getting married, I would genuinely be happy for you.
It's just not something that I don't like. I'm not that friend to help you cheat. I'm not that friend I'm just support you in whatever you do. I support all my friends. Like I support you in no matter what. I don't have a lot of friends. I'm very particular. I'm very particular who's really close to me. So anything they do, that's just, I'm okay with it. I'm just not that friend. So some of these conversations, like about being the baddest bitch, like I don't even have friends that talk like that. Like, we don't even talk like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we have deep philosophical about autism and deeper I don't talk like that. So for me, sometimes it's hard for me to understand. What I'm saying is there is a division, right? We know there's a division, right? The thing is, stop, don't do that. How do we fix the division? Because even in my daughter's school, I can see like the kids are just unruly. Like the boys are unruly, the girls are unruly. Everybody, they all doing head in the bathroom. They all this at 6th grade. They're just unruly, and there's no parents in those households. Like I think it's a parenting thing. I think for the older people,
no, them kids, baby. That you don't remember Levy?
I didn't do it. Girl, I wasn't about to be in no bathroom with nobody.
Baby, hold on. You forgot?
Oh no!
I thought we grew up together.
I wasn't about that life.
No.
I'm not saying you, but you understand that that's just what kids do because they was doing it. We've been out of high school 20 plus years.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm just saying there's no parents. But there's no parents still. Like there's no parents at these schools. When these teachers are calling, there's no parents. Like where are the parents?
I'm gonna tell you what.
Exactly.
Wait, can you hit that can't make that shit up button?
That's the problem. Vince, that's what I'm saying, Vince. The parents, I work from home. I work from home.
You can't make this shit up.
I'm hands-on. I see everything. They can't get around me, right?
Well, most of the women are not. I mean, the pandemic changed everything, but most people can't work from home. My mother couldn't work from home. My mother had to go to work. My mother was at work most of the time till 9 o'clock. I was at home by myself as a teenager till 9 and 10 o'clock at night. So you know what I was doing? Guess, having a child at 17. And I had a conversation. I'm about total transparency. And she said, you know what? I'm totally happy single. I don't feel like I need to get married. I don't feel like I need a man. I'm totally happy single.
Vince, who said that? I'm sorry.
It was a lady that I work out with. I work out with men and women. But she said she wants to be married. I said, well, don't ever tell a man that you're happily single. Because the thing that women, I don't think y'all understand. We need y'all. I have never heard a man, and if it is, y'all can bring up on social media, wherever else, that said he did not need a woman. I've never heard a man say, I don't need a wife. If he want a wife. I've never heard him say, well, if I don't get a wife, I'll be happy. No, he gonna find a woman. He settled. See, that's another thing. A man that wants a wife, he gonna go get one. He gonna settle. Because y'all, I guess y'all don't think men settle, because we do. Because these situations are not perfect. Especially when you get our age. You got to deal with situations and traumas and kids and just like y'all do. Bad credit, bad life decisions, whatever else. But if this person said, look, I love this person, and I know that men can't have a family without women. So y'all don't understand that. Y'all can go and have some kids without us and build whatever type of family you want. A smart man ain't gonna go out here and have some kids by a baby mama, because he has no control over that. Y'all got control of them kids. A smart man, you very rarely see smart men with baby mamas. They might have ex-wives, but they ain't got a whole lot of baby mamas.
That's facts. Yeah, that's facts.
So I think women, if y'all can turn this around and say, men need us and we need men, that would change the dynamic of these relationships. Because it's so much ego now with people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest. I told my son, he's 27. I said, don't even think about the relationship until you get this stuff together. Because I would hate to say, and it's just true, you shouldn't have to be a 6-figure nigga to get some love and respect.
Right.
You shouldn't have to be that. But that's usually how it goes.
So let me ask.
Yeah, Johnny, don't do that.
You ain't gotta have 6 figures, but you might have to have the other thing.
The real respect.
There's other stuff. No, I'm saying I agree with you, Vince. You shouldn't have to have 6 figures. There's other stuff that can take the place of 6 figures.
What can take the place of it for a lifetime? Nothing. Sex won't do it. Being nice won't do it. Y'all put niggas out every 5 minutes.
Go ahead on and say it, Johnny. We'll take the
I just agree with you, Vince.
But it should. But see, also, we don't build no more. We don't start out just like people say, well, you too young to get married. We need to throw that one away and say we need to prepare our kids. A perfect age to get married is probably about like right after college, 24, 25. Then you got enough time to build together. But what we do is, girl, don't get married. Don't go do your hot girl summer, dude. Go out here and have as much sex as you can because you think that's gonna stop you from cheating, which all it really does is bring you trauma, and it ain't gonna stop you from cheating anyway.
Man, that's when they come with he gonna cheat anyway. That's where that come from.
Well, go have your hot girl summer, and then get all this trauma and all this baggage. Then when you 32, 33, and now you want some kids and a husband, now you're desperate. Let's just be honest. Now you're desperate. And the men that you should have married, you passed up on because you thought you was too young. Your aunties and your nene said, girl, don't get married. I got married at 22 and it just didn't work out for me. I would never. Y'all, that's when you need to do it.
This is what I'm confused, Vince. And this is just the truth. Because you talking all this about women, but you was one of the men that was giving women the trauma. And what was you out in these streets doing too? Like, y'all keep
he born again. He born again like you born again.
I said men. No, I said men too. I said I tell my son.
I'm just saying, let's not act like, I'm not saying, I understand. I want black women people together. But
let me ask you a question.
How about this? How about you, Vince? You be the first black man to own your bullshit that you put these women through and gave them that trauma. You said you gave them trauma. You said it. You said it yourself. Yes. So all these women
always owned up to him.
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
So what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
let's not act like women are just out here because they want to be out here like that.
Yes, they are.
A lot of women I talk to, they done been,
yes, they do want to be out here like that.
They don't. They do want
Yeah,
men.
I
they
speak
do.
to
They do
more
want
women.
men. They want
I
men.
speak to more women that are
They
in
said,
their
"What time they
30s.
don't? They want no. They want a man. They just don't want to go through that dumb shit anymore."
I speak
Okay,
to
hold
more
on.
women in their 30s talking about, you know what? I had a good man, but you know, I thought I was too young, and I didn't, you know, my grandmama told me I shouldn't get married, and he didn't make this type of money, and I just thought that I wanted to be single a little while longer, and because we're not telling our daughters or our sons to get married young. We're not. Come on, let's be honest. We're not telling them to get married right out of college. Have your fun, girl. You too young. Live your life. Live your best life. And we telling our sons. I don't tell my son this. I tell my son, get yourself together. Then I don't mean go out here and have no whole lot of sex. Because if you're having sex, it's a possibility you're going to get somebody pregnant and you have a child you don't want. So I don't tell my kids that.
So
we got it backwards, man. We got, because and it baffles my mind. I look at all my neighbors, Indians, white, they in their 30s with $500,000 houses. With 3 kids at 31. Met right out of college. High school sweethearts. Married and going on down the line. And the wives still going on their girls' trips, but they're married. The husband still go to the bar or whatever, but he's married. He done went on down the line and built family and building legacy. We ain't got nothing, people. We sit up here and try to act. We ain't got no money. We don't have.
But see, that's different because I said a lot of those other races of folks have different expectations and views around marriage. So they look at that totally different than we do. Let's say typically we want to have the fun first, then we want to get serious later. And that's actually backwards. Because basically we want to get serious when essentially we've passed our prime time, especially when it comes to women. Now, I know men, as they get older, they hit their prime time, but ladies typically hit it earlier. So we doing things in reverse. Yeah, we want to wait until we done put on weight and went through the traumas and been through all these different men, all these different women and all this. Then we want to get serious. And see, that's backwards. See, a lot of them folks that you talking about, Vince, they got serious when we was playing. That's when they got serious. So now, like you said, they're at 31 with a $500,000 house and 3 kids and a white picket fence. And then we still out here trying to find a good man while we in our 30s and 40s are trying to find a good woman in our 30s and 40s after we done been through all the traumas in our 20s and early 30s. So that's why that is. So now I understand what you're saying right there. But I'm going to ask this quick question. I said, we're going to take some clothes and we didn't hit that 10 o'clock. It's time for us to get out of here. I'm going to put Janice on the spot real fast. She's been letting it all out tonight. I'm going to put her on the spot real fast. Janice, honest question. Keep it a buck. Do y'all still like what men stand for?
I don't. What does that mean? Rephrase the question.
Speak for the women.
Could you please rephrase the question for me?
Let me. Okay, I'm gonna change it around. Do y'all still like black men?
I don't know what y'all mean, but I like all men.
Black ladies, do y'all still like black men?
I like the good ones.
See, here we go. Okay, all right. I just wanted to know. Let me go to Shantae. Shantae, do y'all still like black men?
Listen. Okay. I ain't been hurt as many times as Janice been hurt.
Okay.
So I don't have those experiences like those no good guys. I just turned into a no good female. Like I'm a dog, you know, but I am everything that you said. I think that was me. I think it has something to do with me being a young mother, but I definitely was playing, and I just got serious. And I think I only just got serious because I felt like I was getting too old not to be. I ain't get I didn't. So everything that you just said was me. I just, it was just I was not finding myself, but I was getting to know myself as a female, not like that. But I was getting to know Shantae, and while I dated and had long-term relationships growing up, I always knew in the back of my mind, like, this not my end all tell all. I already knew that because I knew I wasn't done growing. Once I felt like, and I didn't feel like I was done growing until my kid grew up or till my kid was of age, because I was always so worried and so paranoid about her. And I only got the one, and I was just so worried and always, even though, because she grew up at my grandma's house too, but it was always, I still had to take care of her financially. So it was always so much pressure on me. Like, I have to make this amount of money and I have to do this and I have to do that. And I didn't let myself freely go or freely submit, because I was in a mama bear, and it also put me in a single person's not submitting type of person. And now that I'm older, it was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, I'm ready to submit. You said do what? You said how? Mr. Miyagi, I'll do it, go ahead. I'm okay with that now. So I think it's just how somebody, how it goes. And like you said, if I would have got married at that time, I definitely would have got a divorce, because that person, when I was having a kid at 19, 20 years old, is not the person that I am today. So even if we was going to get divorced while I'm 30, we still going to get a divorce, because I'm not that same person. And I couldn't even see myself with the guys that I was kicking it with back then. So when you say, when Johnny said like evolving, yes, I have evolved, but I evolved on more of the positive way that Chloe was talking about, and not like the negative where I am like bitter Betty. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I love me a black man. I mean, I like, any kind of man. It don't have to be, but then you have to understand about those other races too. They have certain religions where they husband getting picked. So your husband picked for you, you 7 years old, so you good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if that was our case, then maybe we would have, even if it was forced, but everybody would still be married. We could say that, but we never know. Those Indians and those Chaldeans, they might not be happy. Some of those women at home getting their butt kicked, and nobody ever know, because they got on the job. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that it's so many factors that go into one thing, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to accountability.
Facts.
And accountability don't have no race, creed, or color on it. And I think that once people, period, regardless of what race it is, take that accountability, then we can be all a better people. Once the white people take accountability that it was their ancestors, then we could be a better people. You know what I mean? Once that we can all, accept what it is. And once they accept that, Black people are superior. That's why they're so intimidated by us. That's why they demean us like they do, because that's the only way that they can.
Right,
so I just feel like so if they took an accountability and with what their people did, I'm not saying taking blame, but if they just say, yes, my people did do this to their people, to y'all, then we can live in a better harmony, because everybody keeping it real. We're all understanding, we're all taking accountability, even if we're not taking the guilt. So I think so. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love me a black man. I might got 2-3 of them on the roster at one time. I love them so much.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. All right, well, we're going to take some closing before we get ready to get on out of here. I'm going to slide around. I'm going to go to Vince first. I'm going to go to Shantae. I'm going to go to Janice, and I'm going to go to Chloe. And I'm going to say this real quick, just based on something that you just said, Shantae. I think the one point that you made around marriage and people not being happy in their marriages, that's also a part of our problem as well, because the reason and foundation for marriage is not happiness. It never was. It never was even designed around people's happiness. So that's part of our problem right there. But let me go to Vince. You got anything you want to say before we get out of here, brother?
Yeah, first of all, I love my black women.
For sure.
I never wanted another woman. And I've had opportunities. I went to college. I was around all different type of races, type of women. But I love black women. I wanted a black wife. I wanted black kids. And I think I'm so passionate about some of these topics is because, you know, I have grown children. I have a 33-year-old daughter and a 27-year-old son, and they're who they are already. So they listen to me, but you know. But then I also have a 2-year-old daughter and a 5-month-old son.
Right.
And what I want for them, if they want that, is to marry a black man or a black woman and have a black family and build generational wealth as far as knowledge and money.
Facts.
And so with the knowledge that I have now, I said, we're not going to be the race of people that we need unless we get back to family. It's not rocket science. Every race who has wealth, generational, community, whatever, their number one thing is family. Our number one thing is being an individual. And until we get back to family, because if you look at it, we don't have no wealth. There's what, 2 Fortune 500 black companies on the NASDAQ or on the S&P? And how long we been here? And it's only
All
2.
time.
But you know how many Indian companies it is? Sing and Woo. And they only been here 50, 60 years probably. But we want to stunt because we can sell some bundles or do some hair or a dude can do some real estate. It's serious out here, people. It's so serious out here. And unless we stop all this, and it's enough blame to go around. It's enough blame to go around, but our women have to get to the place where they need men. Because men, we need y'all. And I know it's society because white men don't let white women talk about them like that. And they've been the ones who've been abusers in families around the block. It's been them, black ones and white ones. But you don't hear they women talking about, yeah, my granddaddy had a family around the block, and every movie is about a single white woman with a bunch of kids. You ain't gonna talk about us like that. We y'all men, but y'all not our women. Y'all women. You never hear black women say, we are for our men. We're individuals. White women, they're for their white men. Indian women is for their Indian men. Black women and black men, we out here individuals. We can't agree on nothing. Everybody got to take. We can't agree. We used to be able to at least agree that marriage is good. Now we can't even agree on that. Oh, well, if it's a good marriage, if it's a happy marriage, we can't even agree that marriage is good. And I'm going to end with that one.
There it is. Janice, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I don't remember what the topic was, but
he's still going to cheat. Oh, did she freeze up on us?
Oh, what happened?
Oh, there she go. No, you good. Go ahead.
My VPN cut off. My mind right now is not even relationships. I'm being honest. I think about all these teenagers where I live in Virginia dying of drugs, kids not having parents at home, autism. Like my mind is so far removed from relationships that I can't even think about that stuff. I'm worried about our kids. Like these kids out here. Yes, these kids out here are not in good shape. The teenagers, the middle schoolers, the high schoolers, especially in DC, it's like I go to the schools a lot. Our black kids are in trouble. Like they are in trouble. And so my mind is just, I can't think. If I find a man that's willing to like, let's do this together, let's try to figure out to help these younger kids, then that's probably the man for me. But my mind is focused on how do I help these young kids. The suicide rates is going up within men, within boy teenagers. Every time I got a friend, they're going to some funeral for a teenage black boy right now. from suicide. So we do need families. We do need women to be with men. Men do need women. You know, our violence is going up by men, which they need women. Men need women. We know this. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now. I do agree. Men need women. Women need men too, right? We do need them. We both need each other, to be honest. So I don't know. My focus, if the right man come, he come. But right now, I'm just trying to like help the teenagers that are right now trying to survive. That's all I can think about.
But Janice, have you ever considered that the reason why we are seeing so many dysfunctional teenagers and teenagers without and all of these challenges that they're experiencing because we can't get along?
I mean, I guess because my household is, well, I was married most of the time, but I'm very conscious. But mind you, I had that foundation of a mother and father. So I raised my kids a lot differently. Like my kids are just super different because I had that foundation. So
but that's my point.
Yeah, that I just agree with you. Yeah, it takes but how do we catch up now is the question. Like we can keep saying all this stuff. How do we catch up? We're like really in trouble.
No, I understand, but my point in making that point that I made was one of the ways that we catch up is by getting back together. Like, see, what we don't
take a lot of forgiveness. I think it's a lot of forgiveness that needs to go on between Black women and Black men. A lot of forgiveness. A lot of forgiveness.
I agree with you. And that's what I'm saying. That's where we gotta get. Somebody has to open their mouth first. Yeah, it's really what it comes down to. Somebody gotta take some accountability first in these situations. Like I said, because we know what it is at this point. But I just disagree that, listen, this is not just directly at you, right? But I'm just using your point. When you say making the point of you don't have time for a relationship right now, that may be what we need to be making time for.
If the right person comes along, they'll come along. They'll come along. That's just how it is.
Yeah, but if you're not in the mindset, how do you even know what that looks like?
I know what it looks like. I've been in a relationship. I know when the right person comes along, they'll come along. Okay. What do you want me to do? Want me to go out to the club? What you want me to do? Be in the streets? What you want me to do?
You know what, Vince? You know what, man?
Can I tell? I just really want to give Will the middle finger for the whole night.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
That's my dog.
Don't do it.
That's my dog.
Shout out to Will.
Don't do it. Vince, only thing I think is Vince said he had an answer to. I was like, how do we fix this? Like my question is, how do we fix it?
Well,
we're so far into our single parents.
I'm gonna say how we can fix it is we got to tell our kids something different. Because I know a lot of people say, yeah, I had a grandfather and grandmama too, and I was raised, but my kids don't experience that. All my kids know is divorce and their mom and daddy ain't together and don't really care for one another. Yes, my son graduated from college and he don't have no babies. Yes, my daughter went to college, but that don't mean that their mental health is good. My daughter don't even want to get married and been with a guy for 7-8 years. So we got to really stop the cap on our kids. And they really not. Because my thing is, the two parents in the household is dysfunction. And my thing is, let's teach our kids how to pick the right one. Because yes, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. But if we really be honest with ourselves, our pickers were off. Most of us didn't pick a husband or a wife. We was just out here having some sex. They got pregnant and said, you know what? We're going to try to make it work. We wasn't picking husbands and wives because a lot of us haven't been taught what to look for. So that's the key, because it's pretty much over for us.
Right.
And I'm just going to keep it real. It's pretty much over for us. We done seen too much. We done did too much. Only hope we have is our children. So that's what we need. We need to start having these honest conversations with our kids. You don't have no babies before you get married. Don't bring me no babies.
That's real.
Mr. Price, I'll go get married.
Well,
I'll go get married.
No, I said it's over for us. It don't matter. I mean, but for real, if you're over 40, it really don't matter because you've
it does
really
matter.
Don't matter.
It matters.
Does matter.
It
It does
matters.
matter.
Really.
It does matter. Because
wait,
think about it, 40-year-olds
I'm a
are the
grandmother.
next generation of running this country. When those boomers are gone, then you got the Gen X. The millenniums are the next. We do matter. We matter a lot, actually. And we were probably the last generation that had a mom and daddy.
In the context of relationship and marriage.
I think we matter.
We've already had our kids.
We matter though.
We've already built our homes. We've done.
Y'all let me know when I can close.
So
y'all let me know.
Right, I'm waiting on my turn too. I'm like, okay, wait, I just wait.
To go and sell it to the sunset with. Have your little old man so you can sit out on the beach in Jamaica because we ain't got much time left. We got maybe a good 25 years. So I mean, it's over for us. Come on.
I got you. Let me
stop. Go ahead.
My bad. I know the ladies over here frustrated. Let me go to Shantae. Let me go to Chloe. Go ahead, Shantae. You want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, real quick. Okay, so first and foremost, somebody said in the comments how people don't be giving, props to the good men out there. And I just want to give some props to the good men out there because there are some great men out there. It's some great men out there. So props to that. And Janice, I want to just say you are very passionate about that. And long as you stay beat in the streets doing that, you will find a man that is just as passionate about that. And maybe y'all can, you know what I mean? But long as you stay in your purpose, but try to go to their houses too, because you can't fix the kids, you got to fix the parents. But that's neither here nor there. I'm sorry. But what I wanted to say is how we can start reality-wise, how we can start in art, because it's only a couple people. Like Kenyatta, Donovan, Will and his wife. It's only certain groups of people that are on that village kind of stuff. And the only thing that we can do, because we're all not close friends, it's not like we have a big friend group where we're all just a village, but what you can do is when your people around you not acting like a village, you can hold them accountable. You can say something. So just like that guy was just on social media talking about his homeboy cheating. He like, no, bro, you can't be doing that. I just spent money on your wedding. I was just at your wedding and spent all that money and now you're out here cheating. So that's what we can do as a community. And maybe it can spread like COVID, where if you say that to your people, then they can say that to their people. And then maybe in reality, that's maybe something small we can do on a smaller scale, because that won't require just thousands and millions of dollars, or won't require Black people coming together, because we could preach all day. We could preach until we blue in the face, but it's just certain people that understand where we coming from. You know what I'm saying? So I think that something that you can do is, even if you feel a certain type of way, if your homeboy might be doing something wrong, then you can let him know, like, hey, you shouldn't be cheating, or you got a family to think about. Because then maybe when they with their uncle or they with their cousin, they might can say to them and they out cheating and he trying to be, use him to be the wingman. And you can say to your cousin, like, hey, don't do that, and then maybe we can start there, because because we can preach till we, blue in our face. I had a kid at a young age. My kid got a kid at a young age. And I could preach until, I felt like I had all the game in the world to let her know, like, hey, let me tell you this, let me tell you that. And this how people are, and this how people are. And, I just felt like I beat her down with game for her to just come out like, oh, So we could preach to these kids till we blue in the face and tell them to get married and wait for marriage and all of that. But solely... Yeah.
Oh, that's real.
Right, Eva. You hold people, and that's the word of the night. Accountability, because these people crazy.
No,
that's all I have
that
to
is
say.
it.
I enjoyed y'all tonight, though.
No, for sure. No, this definitely is a fire conversation. Go ahead, Chloe.
No, I was really just going to say, I think that one of the ways that we can actually, in reality, start to affect some change with the children is, and I think you touched on it, ways, is for us to start with ourselves. We have to lead by example. That's why it's so important that we get our houses in order, because Shantae is right. We cannot use our words to tell children that they need to do this and they need to do that. They're watching our actions. They're watching what we're doing. They're watching how we live in our lives. And if we always cussing, fussing, and kicking up dust, like, they gonna look at her like, you ain't even about that life. You telling me all this stuff, and you ain't even about that life. So we have to be honest. Like, we lead by example. That's why these conversations are important. And I know, I'm very, very clear on Vince's standpoint of it's too late for us. I don't think it's too late in the sense of we have to work on our issues. We got to get it together. We do have to figure out how to be married. We do have to figure out how to be in healthy relationships, because once again, we are patterning this for our children. We are patterning this for our grandchildren in some cases. Like, we are doing that. Like Shantae said earlier, like, we want to be the grandparents that our grandkids are looking back saying, yeah, my grandparents, we want to be those grandparents. If we have to be the first generation in a long while, then let that be us. That's how we affect change. It has to start with us. So no, it's not too late. We have to get it together, because if we don't, what kind of situation are we leaving our children in? How do they know what to do? If we can't fix it, if we don't, and it takes sacrifice, we have to make the sacrifice. That's another difference to the era before us. And before that, they were a lot of times willing to make the sacrifices that we are not. We are the convenience culture. We want everything to be easy. We want everything to be quick. We want everything in a microwave. Our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, they did not have those options. They didn't have the same amount of options. And actually, them not having the same amount of options is why we can sit here and have the conversation we're having today. It actually sounds like we got some sense. Because they made the sacrifices. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to tell nobody to stay in no messed up situation, but let's just be honest since we're talking about it. Maybe some grandparents did maybe stay together after it was rocky or whatever, because they was like, no, I got these kids here. We need to go ahead on and get this together, keep this together for these kids. We got to make sure they straight. They were willing to sacrifice in ways that we're not, because it's about me in this culture. This current society, it's me, self-care, self-love, selfish. That's what we're all on. So we're not making no sacrifice for nobody, not even our kids in a lot of cases. And if we be honest with ourselves, we know it's true. We'll sacrifice the things that don't matter to us as much for our kids. But the real stuff like giving up our lives so they can have a better one. Some of us draw the line there. We are not going to do it. I'm not going to be uncomfortable. I'm not going to be this, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not. And see, that's the difference. A lot of our grandparents and great-grandparents and even parents were willing to be uncomfortable so that we could be comfortable. So yeah, I care about the kids a whole lot. But if we do, then how about we show them something different? We help them. We got all this help. We talk about we evolving. We got therapy. We got this and all of that. Okay, but a lot of us don't even want to. We don't want to use the resources we say we have. We're not fixing our trauma. We're not fixing our trauma, and then we want to say what's wrong with the kids. I mean, let's just be honest. We're not fixing our trauma. We're not fixing ourselves. But then we want to say what's wrong with the kids. Like, what you think is wrong with the kids? I mean, let's be honest. We all have a level of trauma. Every single person alive has a level of trauma. Period. You can't even grow up in this country, especially if you're Black, and not have any kind of trauma. And we want to say what's wrong with the kids. We're not fixing or addressing our own trauma. So I'm just like, we gotta have a conversation. We gotta have it.
So let me say this real quick. Then we got to get the heck up out of here.
Just for Will, I don't argue with my husband.
Oh, I'm trying to tell him. I'm trying to tell him. Let me say this real quick. Then we can.
At your house.
Don't you fall for it, Chloe. You don't fall for it. Don't do it.
Don't. Wait, don't. No,
Don't fall for it.
Don't fall for it, Chloe.
And we're gonna have to block
I'm
Will.
I'm the secretary of his fan club. He crazy. Okay, something wrong with him. Even I'm telling you, I told you his wife had to get him together because he had to got together. He crazy, always been crazy. Something wrong with him. So just don't take nothing serious with him. He ain't got it all.
I know.
Okay.
But he was always
just a little disclaimer.
you was always a sweetheart, though. He was always a sweetheart.
Letting your husband out here without giving him his meds. Leah should be ashamed.
You know what? I'm gonna say this real quick, then we're gonna get the heck up out of here. Let's say it's 10:33. I'm gonna disagree with the point that was made that basically it's too late. It's never too late. And the reason I say that is because I'm watching Vince right now.
That's true.
Right? He's 60. Look at him.
That's true.
I'm watching Vince. He ain't no 60. How you doing?
I thought he was 55.
He ain't no 60.
Y'all is on one tonight. You and Will.
I'm 50, thank you.
No, but I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm watching Vince right now. So Vince came from the situation he came from. His wife, he came from the situation she came from. They meshed together. Now Vince is over here, you know what I'm saying, working on the young fellas. Vince is over here working on the new babies that's coming into play. Remy over there wifing up, doing what she do. It's like I'm watching it right now. So it ain't never too late. Yeah, what it is we just got to change our mindsets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where we run out of time. We run out of time when we want to be too stubborn to change our mindset. Yeah, but it ain't never too late. I'm going to leave it at that. But, man, shout out to everybody who rocked with us tonight. Shout out to Eva Wright in the building. Shout out to my guy Will in the building. Shout out to Donovan. Shout out to Kenyatta. I think that was all of our commenters. If I missed anybody, my apologies. Shout out to my guy Vince on the panel, Shantae on the panel, Janice on the panel, Chloe on the panel. We appreciate you guys supporting the platform, rocking with the show. Appreciate you coming up on the panel with us, Shantae, Janice as well. This is Kandid Konvos. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We're live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. So definitely like, share, and subscribe. And man, like I said, next time you join us, bring a friend. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get this information to as many of our people as possible. We want to get as many perspectives as we can on the show. Let's see. Let me get this last comment, then we out of here. Vince made better choices, which brought on better results. Facts. So, yeah, that's why I say it's never too late. But, man, we got to get up out of here. So, with that being said, everybody have an awesome night. We will catch you guys next Wednesday.